Hi everyone, I'm GREYMOND. I'm an OCD recovery coach with more than 10 years of experience helping people recover from OCD. Prior to that, I had severe OCD myself that I fully recovered from, and as do my clients. So if you wonder, can you fully recover from OCD? Absolutely, yes, you can. Today, I wanted to talk to you about how you reduce negative OCD feelings through tracking. You have to understand that every time you are ruminating, every time you are performing a compulsion, you're showing your brain that this is important. This theme, this thought, this situation, it's important. Your brain takes that information like a computer and gives you more autopilot feelings, more punch in the gut feeling, because it's viewing this as vital to get you to protect yourself by ruminating more. So you see how this is a loop. And your brain, being the computer that it is, cannot stop the loop on its own. So if you're waiting for that magical moment when things are magically going to get better, they won't. The only way it gets better is if you stop ruminating. Now, where does the tracking come in? When you are tracking rumination time, or when you're tracking how many compulsions you are doing, you're setting a limit for yourself of the max allowed rumination, max allowed compulsions for each time period. So there's no wiggle room. So the accountability will create a gradual reduction. So, for example, day one, let's say you're in the worst possible situation. Your feelings are through the roof. You're feeling like the world is ending for you. You're at 180 minutes out of 180 minutes because we track in 3-hour increments. And again, this is my personal proprietary method of doing this. And I'm telling you, try it. It works. I'm going to leave all the links to the apps below so you can try it for yourself. So 3-hour increments, right? Every 3 hours, let's say day one, you're at 180. Couldn't get any worse. Can you do 170 minutes on day two for each 3-hour time period? I believe you can. I believe for 10 minutes, you can focus on no matter what, I'm not ruminating. And when you're focusing on not ruminating, this is very important point. I'm going to go in the next few videos, I'm going to go in exactly how to track. So um, you have to make sure that when you are trying not to ruminate, you're not doing it obsessively, like, oh my God, I cannot ruminate under any circumstances. This is so bad. You're making it important again. You can't do that. You have to be kind of more aloof, zen about it. I'm not ruminating. It's okay, it doesn't matter. Kind of like that, you know? Don't hold on to it so tightly because then again, you're bringing up importance. So again, day one, horrible, worst possible, 180 out of 180. Day two, 170. Day three, 160. Do you see how this huge mountain that you were trying to overcome, that you're like, I don't know, how am I going to stop ruminating? I'm ruminating all day long. Now you have a plan. Now you have every day reducing by 10 minutes each 3-hour time period. So now my goal for each one is 170. Now my goal for each one the day after is 160. If you just stick to this plan, and you could see that the plan became from how am I going to do this to how am I going to stay accountable? How are you going to stay accountable? Through using the app. And then you can actually track it. And what I really like about how we did the app, not to toot our own horn, but I really do like this because of somebody who's had it. It's like, I wish I had these tools. But anyway, now on one side, you're tracking your rumination. On the other side, you are seeing the results. So we're tracking rumination, and then we're also tracking how the person feels. So together, this shows, okay, well, look, I've reduced my minutes of rumination, and now look at my feelings. My feelings also reduced and improved. And then you start to see, wow, this is a mechanism. This really does work. And I'm telling you, I see this with clients all the time, that nothing powers the person up more to do more recovery work than seeing it, not because some doctor, therapist, coach told them that they're doing better, but they're like, wow, look at my work. I have this documented where, say month one, I'm going to see if I can actually paste this into here. I have a client, right? And she actually okayed sharing the information that on month one, I'm going to post it here so you could probably see it now. On month one, so March, she had 7 bad days, nines and tens, right? You could see it there, and eights. Now, month two, you could see April, how much the situation improved. And then month three, how much the situation improved. So this is a person daily doing the tracking, and I'll go into it in more detail. But this is a person daily doing the tracking. This is what you need to do. Your rumination is reducing and your situation is improving. So it's a step-by-step thing. Don't think of it as it's all at once. No, just every day do something. And little by little, you will start to see that you're feeling better. Feelings are not as strong. The punch in the gut is gone. You're not waking up every morning with a heavy head thinking, oh my God, this will never end. But it goes just like you saw from my client's tracker, that it goes up and down, that you're still going to have bad days, but there's going to be less bad days until they go all together. So it's that process of slowly reducing. You can do this. I'm telling you, this is my proprietary method. I'm sharing it with you because it is important for you to know how to do recovery work. I can tell you, I remember when I was going through OCD myself, and there was there was one black and white Stephen Phillipson video on YouTube, and I held on to it like it was some sort of gold. It was just, I mean, that was only, I can just remember that feeling of hopelessness, like that's the only thing I had, because at the time there was no information about the thoughts, about like OCD thoughts and how to recover. And even if those thoughts are OCD, right? Because we didn't have all these terms. We had the Puro term, but we never had, any of ROCD, HOCD, harm OCD. We never had those terms even at that time, right? So you have so much information now, but it does, I'm telling you, from everything I see with clients and how they're recovering, it does come down to accountability. You will not be able to get out of it without having the accountability, because even if at first you you lower the numbers just because the numbers are really high, just even naturally you kind of reduce them, you won't be able to reduce from, let's say, 5 minutes every time period to 0 easily if you're not tracking it. You know what I mean? Because it's just too little, it's too hard to catch, and it becomes almost unimportant, where it's like, well, I'm almost there, I don't need to fix this last little bit. Oh, but you do, because as soon as some stressor hits, you're going to be right back in it. So you got to fix these things so they don't come back, and it doesn't become, as this is why a lot of therapists online keep talking about how OCD is chronic. The reason why it's chronic for those people is because they've never finished the process. So they've gotten themselves through therapists on their own, however, to a point of, let's say, 10% OCD symptoms, but they never finished the process. And because they've never finished, maybe because somebody told them it was chronic, I don't know, but they never finished the process. And because they've never finished it, it's still kind of lingering. It's like if you take a house and you have this one dirty room in the house and you're never cleaning it, well, it's never going to get cleaned on its own. And then if stressor comes in, it's just going to get worse. So start the process, do the tracking, be accountable, finish the process. I go through this with clients every single day. I work on the weekends, I work on the weekdays. I'm seeing all kinds of situations. I'm telling you over and over again, this works. This is your ticket out of OCD. But it all comes down to you. Are you going to do this? Are you going to be accountable? Are you going to make this new step, which will get you? Do you know what I mean? Like it starts and ends with you. So if I can do it, I'm not the strongest person in the world. If all my clients can do it, why can't you do it? Why are you different? You're not different. You can do this. I believe in you. I'll see you in the next video.